Christina found this 65 Fairlane on Marketplace and she had to have it. Shopping for a car with Christina is an interesting experience because she's not just looking at the car, she's also looking at any extras that come with it. This car has been sitting in a barn since 2001. It was last titled in 1992, but the title was never transferred. So how long this car has been sitting, we don't know. Let's take a look at why Christina loves the 65 Fairlane so much. First off, it's a 289 V8. It's a factory V8 car. It had dual exhaust, we'll get to that later, but it's got some other hypo stuff. Hey, this might be a special edition 289, we don't know yet. But most important, this car is solid. It's been inside the barn so long that it's just all steel all the way down. Look at those rockers. Look at this quarter. It's just steel all the way. I think this is probably the most rust it's got.
Yeah, you know what normally happens when you do that.
Yeah, my hand goes through and I get cuts.
Yeah, and rust starts to fall out.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah. It's got this really neat side trim and it's all intact. I love the Fairlane 500 spelled out like that. When car manufacturers do that, it signals pride. They're not trying to hide the fact that this is the 500 edition of the Fairlane. Yeah, the chrome's crappy, but that's to be expected. But again, solid. Solid trunk.
Yeah. And I actually like the lights.
I do too.
I think they're kind of cool.
Yes.
So.
Yes. I love them. And look at the backup lights in the middle. How cool is that?
Exactly.
Yeah.
It is really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This car it's cool. I know why you like it.
Well, here's what I thought. I thought the viewers will either say, I'm trying to step over this, guys. They would either say, that's an old man's car, or they'll say, that's a cool car. I think it's going to be one or the two.
Really?
I think there's going to be a...
I don't think this is an old man's car at all. But if it is, we're going to make it not an old man's car. It's got, the person that we bought it from put these 50s hubcaps on, cleaned those up, and painted the wheels black. It looks pretty sweet, but this is getting crackers.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like I said, it's got the factory dual exhaust, but this was an unfortunate mishap when I loaded it on the trailer. This system is so rusty that the hangers were all broken, and apparently it caught the trailer. But we're not losing anything because this is all junk anyway.
Yeah. So let's take a look inside.
Yeah, look at that. Now those buckets
are not original.
They're not, but they are Ford. Right? They look like Torino buckets, don't they?
Yeah, it's hard to tell. You know, I think they made a lot that look like this. So, yeah. But here's an interesting thing that we never really get to see is the headliner. It's got a little rip over there, which I think I can easily fix that to where it's not so noticeable. And back seat looks good. Door panels still look pretty good. I mean, they've obviously taken something out of the dash.
The radio.
Well,
yeah, the radio went there and it's
yeah.
been hacked out. Very common.
Yeah. It does need a window. This is not the window for this car.
Right.
So we will need that. Luckily, we know someone who has another one of these, maybe two. And it was going to be easy to get the parts we needed. And I actually had that in mind when I asked to go look at this car.
And that car's even red too?
Yes, I love the red on it.
Yeah.
I would like a white hood and a red body.
A white roof, yeah.
Yeah, white, yeah. And the body to go back to the red.
And look at how solid this thing is.
Yeah.
It's unreal.
Now the floor is a different story.
Yeah, the floor needs work. Absolutely needs work. It's weird that this is so solid and the floor is so bad, but it's not structural. It's all just the floor itself rather than the subframe.
And then this, that's so funny.
Yeah, that's funky. And look, one of the visors is the same material.
Oh, yeah, they just didn't know what to do with that extra carpet.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on there.
So
but the keys are in it.
I know. The keys are in it, which we normally never get either. And then, hold on, we have to go to the other side and see one of these unique selling points that convinced me.
This sealed the deal.
Okay, here we go.
So here, this thing is just as cool as the car is. Look at this.
Yeah. Look
That
at
is
that.
awesome.
I know.
We're gonna have a Super Bowl party and have everybody watch it on this.
Yeah, gather around, everyone. Gather
Yeah.
around. I mean, look at that screen. What do you think? That's like 5 inches?
6 inches,
4
maybe,
inches?
maybe 5.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I don't know why when I saw that. It was so
Great.
funny.
It's great. I wonder, is this meant to be portable? No, I guess not, because it's got to be plugged in. Look at that Aurora.
And you know, back in the day when someone bought this, they really loved it. They probably thought it was the most cool thing in the world to have this.
Yep. And it's set up for an external antenna. So we'll be able to plug in a digital converter for this pretty easily.
Wow. Shop TV. Right there.
Shop
see,
TV.
See, when
Love it.
I will and deal,
I love it.
I get the best stuff.
Yeah, this is great. It came with this, which you may have noticed is missing from the back.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent condition. Oh, there's a radio plate. It's not factory, but it would cover that hole a bit.
Yeah. So there's the trim that's missing.
Oh yeah, the side trim. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And actually,
oh, look at this.
You have some in your truck, don't you?
Yep.
In your truck.
Yep. Look at that.
Mm-hmm. For the.
Cool.
Yeah.
I didn't know we got it with that.
Yeah.
Nice. Fairlane 500. And look at this here. This usually means there was a tack right here on the column.
Wow.
Yeah, which we will add again. The brake pedal is all the way to the floor. That's to be expected.
Yeah. Now I don't think I can see this because it's on the what's it called?
The floor?
No.
The trailer?
The trailer. Okay, so let me start over. I don't think I can see this because it's so high on the trailer, but they have attached, let me see if I can zoom in, an Ode AAA sticker that says fasten seatbelts.
Yeah.
Right above the cigarette ashtray. That's so funny.
Well, it's funny because it doesn't have seatbelts.
Well, that was a reminder for them to get some.
That's funny. And this is a cool sticker. This is on each side of the window. United States, United People. That's neat. Shall we check under the hood?
Well, why don't we get it off the trailer first?
Okay.
And then, yeah, we'll check it out.
Okay. Hey, ready?
Yep. Watch your wheel. You may have an issue on your side. Maybe you won't. I don't know. Okay, go ahead.
Good as it's gonna get. Okay, good. This is where we wanted it. We hit our stop. So that's perfect. It's in the shade completely. So I'll just pull the trailer ahead to get it out.
So is today the day we're gonna go pick up the
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow we're picking up another vehicle. Boy, wait till you see this one. When you see it, you'll know it was a Richard pick.
Which means it's awesome.
Yeah, that's exactly what it means. Yeah, right.
All right, let's check under the hood. All right, and here we go. Small block Ford. Boy, it looks little in there, doesn't it?
Yeah.
289.
Look at that old Motorcraft.
Yeah, FL1A. That's the standard for Ford engines. And it's a good one. That's the one, and I have a Ford. I always use an FL1A. Where's the dipstick? Right here.
Mm-hmm.
Not terrible, low, but honestly not bad. Not bad, considering how old that filter is. It's not bad, so that's good. It's got a new coil. The owner told us he had it running on starting fluid. Maybe. If so, you know I hate that. Because that means everything was started dry, and dumping starting fluid in there. I just hate that. But when we saw this,
Yeah.
I wonder if it really was started. This doesn't even look like it does anything anymore. I'll have to look, but this carb, it's not going to start like that.
Yeah.
But we do have a new coil. That's cool.
Mm-hmm. You know, if he was working in here, there sure is a lot of cobwebs over there.
Yeah, exactly. But again, you know, new connectors.
Yeah, that'd have to value $3 right there.
That's right. So he no doubt he did try. Let's look in here. It's dry. Yeah, it's dry, but not super scaly. So that's nice.
Mm-hmm.
That is nice. Weird paint on the hose. Now, who would paint the hose? Look at that. Silver paint on the hose.
Huh. Yeah, huh? Oh, that is kind of odd, isn't it?
And this, I don't believe that's factory, though I could be wrong, Ford people. But I don't think that was white. Maybe it was. Maybe that's a sign of a 289.
Yeah, it looks pretty good under here, too.
It sure does. I don't like the looks of this. Look at this is open.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we checked that earlier.
Oh, no. There's got to be water in there. Look at that. That cream color,
Yeah.
that's water. So we got to take care of that, like, before we start this thing. Because we don't want to pump water through this transmission.
Well, then let's hope he didn't get it started.
That's true. All right, let's take a look what it looks like in here. It looks good.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's a little bit of dirt, but I mean, look at that.
Yeah.
It looks maintained based on what I can see. Now, I can only see the baffle, but it still looks maintained. That doesn't fit very well.
Look at the master.
Yeah, there's a hole.
I know, yeah, over here.
There's a hole in the top of this master cylinder.
See, that's easier to put your brake fluid in like that.
So this brake system's going to have some issues, but we already knew that. We can get the plugs out without hitting the shock tower for the most part. That's nice. I like that. Look at that.
Oh my God.
That's the voltage regulator, so this is not going to charge. It does have an alternator. You know, I like this car because it's so simple. No power steering, no power brakes.
No AC.
Well, we'll put AC in it.
So here's the thing. There's two horns here.
Mm-hmm.
Different.
Yep. High-low. Yep.
There's a high-low horn?
Yeah, so this is not original. That one likely is.
Oh, okay.
But there's a high-low, high-tone, low-tone. That's why horns have two.
Oh.
Yeah. So if you have only one, it either sounds too low or too high.
Uh-huh.
How's this water pump?
I'm sure it's
Seems
shot.
good. No, it seems good.
Well,
it
it'll
seems
work
good.
for a week.
All right, on to the plugs. Let's get those out. Let's get some lubrication in these cylinders. And then we're going to have to drop that transmission pan.
I would like to scope this.
Yeah. We will.
Because when I looked, I think it said there was 51,000. So I don't think it's 151. You think there's a possibility. I don't. But I think if we look in there, it might tell us something.
How about if you check the brake pedal too?
Why?
So for wear. If it's 151, that brake pedal's going to be
Well, they
worn.
could have replaced it.
It's possible. I know I'm in the way here, but that brake pedal has more than 51,000 miles worth of wear on it.
Well, or it was just someone who used the brake on it.
Yep.
Some people do ride their brakes.
They do. They do.
Well, then let's scope it when we get those out.
Doesn't mean it wasn't rebuilt at some time.
That's true.
Because honestly, I can't imagine this engine going 151,000.
I can't either.
They just didn't do that back then.
All right, well, let's get those spark plugs out.
Yep. Okay, this plug is super tight. There. Way tighter than it should have been. But we got it out. I wasn't too worried about it, given it's not aluminum heads. So let's take a look at what we have here.
Oh, that look that bad.
No, not at all. Not at all. And it's a Autolite plug. Autolite 45. Cool. I mean, you can see why it was stuck in there. It's rusted around the base, but no, that's all good.
Well, let's get the rest of them out.
Yep.
There you go. 1, 2, 3, 4. They all look the same. They don't look bad.
Is this one loose? Yeah, this one's loose.
Well, that's not good.
Like super loose.
So why is this spring hooked onto the...
Well, it's supposed to go to the carb linkage. So someone disconnected it from the carb and just hung it there. But look at how it's attached.
Yeah.
That's horrible. Hopefully nobody drove it like that.
So we've got the first two out on this side, and they look about the same as the other ones.
They all look the same so far.
Yeah, they are all the same. Looks good. So we're gonna scope them next and see if there's anything to worry about.
So my concern here is if in fact the previous owner turned this over and poured starting fluid in it, squirted starting fluid in it, he may have scratched the cylinder walls. This thing's been in a barn since 2001. That wasn't the right way to start a vehicle. So this will tell us. All we have to do is take a quick look at those cylinder walls and we'll know. And here you go. Going into number 1.
Looks great.
Yeah, there's not a lot of carbon there. There's rust though, see that?
Yeah, the very top.
Yeah, and I wonder if that right there is a ridge. It might be, and if it is, it's indicative of a lot of miles on the engine. But yeah, it doesn't look bad. I don't see any scratches, just rust. Okay, let's try number 2. Here's number 2.
It's about the same.
Yeah, there's some scratches near the top. I'm willing to bet that the piston was up there when he started. And see what the rings did. That's not terminal. Not great, but it's not terminal.
We've seen so much worse.
I know, I'm just worried that this
It's
might
at the
smoke a
top.
little. Yeah, this one's at the top. There's a lot of carbon, but it's at the
Isn't
top.
it interesting? There's carbon on that one and not the others.
That is odd.
Yeah.
Okay, number 4.
Pull it up a little bit. Can you?
Yeah, that's at the top too.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, not much to see.
I don't see
It's
any
the very
rust
top.
around.
Yeah, yep.
Okay.
All right, let's move over. It's number 5. How's that look?
It must be at the top. Can't really see much.
Yeah, can't see much. 6.
No, it looks okay.
Does it?
Yeah. If you pull that out a little bit more, you can see a lot more of it.
Yeah, that looks like the best yet. Okay. 7.
It must be at the top. Can't really see much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
8.
No, it looks good.
Yeah, that one looks good too. 7 and 8 look real good. So I want to run a compression test on this. I'm just worried. So I don't want to pick up any water that might be in the oil into the system. So I'm going to check if there's any water in the oil just by dropping the drain plug for a sec. If there's water in there, it will come out first. If none comes out, I'm just going to put the drain plug right back in.
Yeah, because we've been tricked before.
Yeah, we've been tricked. We don't see any evidence of water here, but that's no indication.
Nope, we have been tricked before.
Yep.
Okay, let's do that.
Okay, let's see if there's any water in here. Uh-oh. That is super loose. Super loose. What in the world does that mean? Well, there's probably no water in it because it's been dripping because it's so loose. Yeah, that's pretty concerning. That's all oil. All oil and not super dirty. But why that wasn't tight, I don't understand. I wondered why there was a little drip on this drain plug, and that's why. Okay. So here's what it looks like. You see that? No issues at all. Looks like really nice oil. All right, let's do a touch test on this thing.
I don't see anything.
Nothing. That's good.
Yeah.
Now, we'll try the trigger, see if we can get this to turn over with the trigger.
Okay.
Now, what I've done, I have put some lubricant in the cylinders. Not a lot, and yes, I know it may affect the compression that we get a little bit, but I had to put some in. I'm just not cool with turning this over dry. Okay, let's see if this turns. Yep.
Whoa, that sounds good too.
Yeah, it turns great.
Starter sounds nice.
Yep, it does.
All right, you got the first one
Yeah.
ready to go?
Yep, throttle's open. Let's try it. Nothing wrong with that.
Woohoo!
What is that?
About 160?
160.
Woo! Oh, and
Wow.
what I looked it up and it said you should hope. What was it between like 130 and 160?
something else,
I think
yeah.
it was 130 and 160.
Well, that's awesome.
All right, let me write that down.
Okay, number 2. Same. Nice. 6 more. Number 3. Talk about consistency.
Yeah. Watch, that back one will be like 10.
Yeah.
No, it won't. I don't think it will. I just don't think it will.
You know what I just noticed?
What's that?
This is not good.
Oh, no.
There is a bunch of exhaust manifold bolts missing for whatever reason. Look at 1, 2, 3. I thought they were broken off. 4.
How
But
many
they're not
does it
broken
have?
off. It has 8. So 4 are missing. I have no idea why that would be. Number 4.
$150?
Yeah, 149. Yeah, that's well within 10%. This is 5.
Little past 150.
Yeah, 151.
Okay.
So this is what, 6?
Uh-huh.
160.
All right. 150?
150 on the dot. Ah, you gotta be kidding me.
What?
So we always do this. We write them down. Since this doesn't have a windshield, we'll put it here. We got 160, 160, 160, and 149. We're looking for high values like this 160, but also within 10%. This side's great. So this side, we've got 151, 160, 150, 141. I'll take it. This engine hasn't run in ages, so that is good for me. This engine is going to make this little car fly.
So do you want to check a few more things before we get it in the shop to check the transmission?
Yeah, I don't want to jack this up on the dirt.
No.
It's too unstable. So we're going to check everything we can, and then later we'll put it in the shop on the solid floor. So let's check to see if we have spark at the points. Board's nice and easy right here. What do we got? Not too bad. I mean, perfectly salvageable cap.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely
Good
been
rotor.
used, but
Look
it's
at
not terrible.
Made in USA. How old must that be?
Huh.
And points, they don't even look that corroded. Not like I would expect them to look. So let's turn the key on and see if we have spark just like that.
Oh, okay.
So the key's on. Yeah, we
You
got
do?
a tiny spark there. Yeah, I got to clean that, but there is a tiny spark there.
Okay.
Wonderful,
All right.
wonderful. So let me clean that.
We did try the lights and couldn't really get anything to work.
We've got some electrical problems.
Yeah.
Almost nothing works except the directionals. No headlights, no wipers,
one.
no
I just
heater.
saw one. You heard it blink, but I didn't.
Yeah, it's
I
blinking
didn't-
inside.
Yeah. But when I saw those wires under the front when we looked at it the first time, I said there's some wiring problems with this.
Yeah. You were right. There are.
Well, with the no car, I thought that you have about a 35% chance of being right. 65%. There are probably going to be issues. Okay. Well,
Let's clean up those points.
Yeah, and put the spark plugs back in.
Right.
So you know what we didn't check on the other side?
What's
to
that?
see if the bolts over there were missing, like they were over here on the exhaust.
Oh yeah, yeah. We got spark at the points.
Yeah.
Yeah, great spark. So they just needed a little bit of cleaning. So that's good.
So
As far as the bolts go,
yeah, are they missing over here too?
one is. One is. This one. No. No, none are missing over here.
Huh.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have to move some things around in the shop, I think. We're gonna put this on the lift. I'd like to see underneath it.
Easier, yeah, I would too.
Well, let's play musical chairs in the shop and get this thing in.
Getting some clues that this might not be the original engine. And I'll show you what I mean. First off, way down here, that is a sending unit for an oil pressure gauge. Factory Ford, electric. And there's no gauge in this, it's a light. So why is that there? Second, in back here, that looks to me like an EGR block-off plate. There was no EGR in 65. So what's up with that? And then I found this. Looks like there's going to be some ID here. It may not be readable anymore, but this is might help us. Yeah, I can't see anything on this that helps us.
I wonder where the numbers would be on the engine.
They're behind the starter. So when it's up on the lift, I might be able to see them. I may have to drop the starter, but there's other ways to identify this. We could take a valve cover off, the heads will tell you.
How will the heads tell us?
I'm pretty sure that 289 and 302 is stamped inside the head.
Oh, really?
Yeah, pretty sure.
But if it says 289, then that doesn't prove that it's different.
It doesn't prove it's the original engine, no. We have to find out where the stamping is that matches the VIN. And I don't know off the top of my head. But another thing we could do is look at this number and see if this is a 289 intake. Let's see what's going on under this carb that's hardly bolted in. The two front bolts are the only ones that are here, and they're super loose. Let's see what we got.
No?
It doesn't look bad, right?
Yeah, no.
That intake looks fine. Totally fine. I mean, both of these gaskets are shot.
Right. Turn that upside down. A little rust, but
Yeah, a little
nothing's
rust.
really bad.
Why aren't these opening all the way?
Oh, who knows?
Looks like maybe the choke linkage. Yeah, the choke linkage is messed up. But the carb actually looks okay. Better than I thought it was going to look. I thought it was going to be completely shot. Okay, good.
All right, let's show them what we found in the trunk. Found all the missing trim. And then I found this insane amount of wiper blades.
Yeah,
Do you
and
see
arms.
all that?
Yeah.
I know.
So we've got a bunch of blades. We've got
The brown one doesn't even...
4 arms and a bunch of blades. Wow, this one's weird. Yeah.
Isn't it the brown
the
one? Yeah.
brown- It's plastic. The whole thing's old school plastic.
So the trunk is in really, really nice shape.
Yeah, look at this thing.
There's one hole right there. I'm not sure what that was for.
That was the wire to the gas tank.
Oh, and then, oh, yeah, that.
Yeah, air shocks. I'm so tempted to put air on that and see if the back end comes up.
Yeah. And I don't know what this is. It's just,
This stuff?
yeah.
Just miscellaneous sockets and bulbs.
And then all this is back here. I'd love to see if there were any more of those bolts that might have went up front,
Yeah.
but.
Well, this is from the light switch.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, so that's probably why that light switch doesn't work.
Okay.
And
An extra steering wheel, which I'm not sure why.
yeah, it's shot.
And could that be for the front window? I don't know where that goes.
That's inside
inside.
on the A-pillar. That's the interior A-pillar.
Oh.
And look at this
I
one, the
remember-
steering column. Are we missing this?
No. Well, do you remember me saying all day? He said something about the steering column. He said something about that. And now that might be what he was talking about. I couldn't remember exactly, but I knew he mentioned something about it.
And it's got patches in the lower rear quarters on this side.
Yeah.
How about the other side?
I can't see that far down, but
I don't see any patch.
yeah, there's nothing really good back here. Do you know how to update anything? So that's too bad.
The best part about back here is it's solid.
Yeah, I know.
Very, very solid.
Which matches the rest of the car.
For a 65. Boy, this is going to be a great car. I'm really excited about it.
I am too. I'm excited to get this trim on the back because I looked the picture up and it's going to look so cool back there.
Yeah.
So that's going to be fun. Now, you said that you took the gas cap off and smelled it, and you didn't really smell anything?
No, it smells a little bit, but it smells like it does when it's empty.
Hey, do you still have the scope out here?
I can get it.
Do you want
to the dust?
Do you want to put the scope down there? Do you think we'll be able to see anything?
Yeah.
You want to do that real fast?
All right. Not too bad. It is empty.
It sure is.
Yeah, it's empty, all right.
There's a little bit of rust in there.
Yeah, there is.
Not much.
No. There's not enough rust in there that I don't think we could get away without a couple of filters in line. Yeah.
Wow, look at that.
Yeah.
Ooh, I'm getting really excited.
Cool. Yeah, that's cool. That's a big surprise. Given how crusty this looks, it's a big surprise, but I guess it's because it's empty.
White stuff float.
Yeah, I guess because it's empty.
I think I did find one clue. The AAA sticker says East Tennessee. We're not in East Tennessee.
No, we're definitely not in East Tennessee.
So this was on the opposite side of where we are.
Yep. All right, we ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, so just look at the side.
I will. I'm gonna stand back here. We're gonna check it out. Okay.
I have seen air shocks work after an incredible amount of time. So it's not impossible that these work.
Oh, the wind's blowing. Sorry about that. It's working. Keep going. Keep going. It's so funny. Oh my gosh. Oh yeah. That is amazing.
That is amazing.
Holy guacamole. Oh, I love it.
Score.
Yeah, my pick.
Oh, this car is
I just have
great.
to say, I just want to make sure everyone hears this. I talked about going to this car for days and days. And Richard was like, you have to admit, you were not feeling I felt it was going to be a gem, but you were not feeling it.
No, I thought it'd be a piece of junk.
I know.
The ad was not good.
But I just was zooming in on all the pictures and I couldn't see any rust on the body. And to me, when you don't see huge holes of rust, that is such a good sign. And then when we got there and we looked under the hood, we started walking around, I could tell your face was just like, whoa. And I was still in let's get it. So yeah, just really, this car spoke to me in the ad. It was like, come get me.
The Fairlane is up on the lift. This is big for us. We haven't really looked underneath except what you can see when it's on the trailer. So we're gonna get it up in the air and take a look. All right, we're underneath. What do we see? Most important, how is the subframe? It looks great. It looks great. All of this in here is super important. And it looks great. Look at all that. This is good. Oh, this is so great. This is good. Remember in the Torino how bad it was rusted where the steering box bolts up? This is all super solid. Viewers, you can't believe what a relief this is after the disappointment that the Halo Roof Torino gave us. Yes, we have floor rust, but you know, this is not structural. This is all good. These cross members here, this one's bent, but somebody probably bent that to get dual exhaust through it. But these are all fine. How's the back? This is all good. Yeah, see, here's the hanger for the dual exhaust. Someone probably bent that to get a pipe in there, tucked up under there. This brake line's gotta go. Very crispy. So I'm gonna replace the whole line. This gas line, probably the same thing. Here's the air shocks. And
They're
they're holding.
I know, which
Yeah.
is surprising because they look kind of crappy.
Yep.
But
That's
that's
they're
okay.
holding.
Sometimes things look bad and they still work fine.
So a couple of interesting things here. This sticker on the oil pan, that looks like a factory Ford sticker to me, and it's still there.
Yeah. I don't know how.
I don't either. How much rain could this car have seen if that's still there?
Mm-hmm.
We've got some issues here. Now this has not reached the point where it's structural failure, but it's not good. We need this mess taken out, which someone has done before. See this? Mm-hmm. This is what they call booger welds. This all needs to be taken out. We need to come across with a steel plate there and tie it in here and here. And that'll be stronger than new. And these bushings have been replaced, and some dummy used the wrong bolts and also broke one off in here. So that's got to be addressed. What I'll end up doing probably is drilling that out and using a bolt and a nut. But other than that, we've also got a ripped boot on the upper ball joint. So I'm going to need to check that ball joint, see if it's any good, see the rip in the boot.
Yeah.
So that's not going to hold any grease. This one, bottom one, has got a small tear in it as well. For a marketplace car that doesn't run, that we picked up on the cheap, I'm thrilled. And I'm not exaggerating, I'm thrilled. This thing is super solid for our needs, and it's going to be a great car for you. So I am dropping the pan because we've got water in this transmission. So the way you do this is you take all the middle bolts out, then you slowly loosen the sides and then go way loose with one side, and the fluid will drain out that side that you're doing that with. I'm going to big time loosen up the back so that when I break this loose, it's going to drain backwards. Hopefully, I got this aimed right and it's going to go right in the pan. Hopefully. Look at that. Now, it's not supposed to be that color. That's because it's got water in it. It's supposed to be dark red. And this transmission takes type F. So we're going to let that drip, take the pan off, and get back to you.
Oh, wow.
See, that's not good. That's congealed with water. Let's see how thick this is. Watch my finger. It's pretty thick.
Yeah.
How's it looking there?
What do you think? Do you see any rust or anything?
No. Not enough water, I think, for that. I think it's salvageable, but we may have to do a filter change on this more than once. All right, let's see what's going on inside this filter. See if there's nonsense in here or not. Yeah, there is. I can feel a lot of dirt and junk. Look at that. A lot of dirt. Maybe steel. Probably steel. Let's get the magnet.
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea. We can do that.
I bet that's steel. So I've got some stuff on my hand here. Let's see if it picks it up. Yeah. Yeah, see that little thing sticking off? But steel in your pan is not the end of the world. Most transmissions that have been used a while have it. It's just a question of how much. And I don't know how much this has yet because I haven't cleaned the pan, but it's not the greatest sign that that's here. One of the neat things about these old Ford transmissions is you can drain the torque converter, sort of like a Buick Dynaflow. And this is super important for us because if the torque converter drains free of water, then we know that the water didn't get deep into the transmission. But if it doesn't, but if it does show here, then it's all over the transmission, which would be bad. So this is the drain right here. So I just need to get that nut backed out.
Oh, that's not good.
No, it's not.
I don't know if you can tell.
Probably worse.
It's pretty Yeah, it's a lot lighter actually.
Yeah.
Oh, that's perfect. You can tell the difference right there. Huh. Well,
I'm awful glad that this torque converter can be drained. Awful glad.
maybe my intuition was not as good as I thought.
Well, it doesn't mean the transmission's junk because we know it wasn't run like this. It was just turned over like this. So hopefully we get it all out and no damage has been done.
How much is in there?
Quite a bit. The transmission probably takes about 12 quarts.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's going to be a lot. And I don't have that much Type F. We're going to have to go get some.
See, that just seems like water now.
Yeah,
Doesn't it look so clear? I don't know if the camera's going to pick it up or not, but
Where's the light?
it's right there.
Yeah. Yeah, there's no red to that whatsoever.
I don't know.
Well, we're just going to let that drain. There's another drain. So there is two, like a Dynaflow, there's two drains. So let's get this one out.
Does it look okay?
I don't see any evidence of water in there. Well, yes, there is. See the pink?
Mm-hmm.
How about this? It's very plugged. Look at all the junk. Very plugged. It's got a big screen here and a little screen there. And it's just all plugged up.
Yeah, you can't even see through
Right,
that.
right. And you should be able to.
Yeah. Can't.
Yeah. Okay. Well, this is what I need to bring to the parts store.
So what are you looking for exactly while you're doing this?
Grime, really, but I'm not going to find any. So I just want to get all this evidence of water out of here. All this pink fluid. Just want to sop it up.
So now you said that you felt that the water had gotten in here when the new owner took it out of the barn, or the previous owner had taken
He
it
said
out
he
of the
tried
barn.
to start it
Uh-huh.
and it kicked off and was in gear and moved, which is bad because that means the torque converter was engaged and all that. So if all that's true, that's why there's water everywhere. We got to get that water out. It will destroy this transmission quickly.
Yeah.
Now, if we run it in park, the pump will be running, and if there's not a ton of water in that, the pump will mix it all up together so we can drain it out again. At that point, we haven't engaged the clutches. So I'm hoping that we won't do any damage as long as we idle it in park. Now, that may not be a correct assumption, but that's my understanding. And that all assumes it starts.
Yeah. Well, we don't see rust pretty much anywhere, right?
No, but
Wasn't
it's
on
all
the filter.
aluminum. You're not going to see rust because
What
it's
about
all
the
aluminum.
filter? Is that...
Yeah,
that-
there's some parts of the filter that are steel.
So
and I
if
don't
the water
see any
had been
rust
there
there.
for a while,
Yep.
you would think you'd see some.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah, so maybe it was just a momentary thing. So when we first checked this, you saw that there might be a little bit of water in there, but that's because the dipstick, they hadn't pushed it all the way in.
The dipstick wasn't attached right. It was wide open, basically. So water dripping through the hood area was dripping right down inside, and that's why this has water in it.
Okay, let's see what we got. You ready? Yeah, you guys, sorry, there's a little bit of the sound from the ultrasonic cleaner, but, you know, that's how it goes in the shop. Is it just gunky?
Yeah, from the water.
Nothing really chunky that you
No,
feel. I
no.
don't see anything either.
No,
Yeah.
I don't see any glitter.
All that glitters isn't good.
Not when you're talking about a transmission. Okay, it's in. We reused the old filter, which I know is a lot of people going to cause consternation, but it's coming right back out again. All we're going to do is put fluid in If it starts, we're going to start it, run it for a few minutes, and then drain it all out again and put a new filter in.
Right.
There's no sense contaminating a new filter with water. And we just don't know how much water's left.
Yeah.
Hopefully not a lot. I mean, we drained the torque converter, we drained the pan, so hopefully not a lot.
Okay, is she ready to come down?
I believe so, yeah.
I asked her to check the gas tank.
Believe it or not, the drain plug is coming out. I can't believe it, really. I gave this no chance of success. And that may bode well for what's in here.
Oh, is there nothing in there or is it
Well,
clogged?
it might be clogged.
I know.
We'll find out shortly.
Okay.
Ready?
Yes, please be nothing in there. Please be nothing in there.
There's nothing in
So
here.
far, so good.
No, there's
Whoa,
nothing in
you
here.
want to put the scope in there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nothing like interrupting our flow.
Well, you know, that's how it rolls when you're working with me. I just jump from thing to thing. Hey, since we got this up, let's look at the gas tank. I saw it at the top, but
Looks fine to me.
that didn't look too bad. It's just at the bottom.
Yeah.
See how
Yeah, the
nasty
bottom's
that is?
crappy. Let me hit the
Do you think
circle
we could
button
take
here.
that off and clean it out?
Yeah. Yeah, it's not beyond saving.
Okay, you had a distraction before we put it down as well.
Yeah, this exhaust is so bent up that it's going to need to come off or come out because it'll never start the way it's bent.
Yeah.
Right, look at that.
And then it's
And
here.
again, yep.
You never know what's in there.
Yeah.
Probably gonna stop it from starting. And you said this is really Mickey Mouse, so
Yeah,
I'm interested to see it when you get it off.
yeah, it's very, very, very Mickey Mouse.
Oh, Richard.
Yeah.
What did we do under there?
Well, we got one of the exhaust pipes half undone. It's really messed up where it connects to the manifold. And the other one is crimped off, but I bent it back enough. So it should allow it to run. It's not going to run any half marathons like this, but it should run. If not, then I'll have to take the time to cut them off. But my shoulder is screaming right now, so
Yeah, exactly.
I kind of want to let it alone.
Yes.
All right, big moment. Battery's going in, and we are going to see if we can get this thing to kick. I'm going to go direct to the carb with gas. I need to check that gas filter and make sure we're getting voltage to the coil. Then we're going to try it. So this carb is so bad that I want to make sure this gas filter is actually flowing before we go any further. Yeah, it's flowing just fine. And it smells a little bit like gas. Okay, so that's good. That's a good sign. Okay, in goes the Type F. Hate to waste it like this because it's all going to come back out, but it has to be done. We have to be ultra careful. I don't want to blow this transmission, assuming it's not blown already.
So how do you think that is?
This one,
Yeah.
I don't know, motivator. Kmart. That's how old
Kmart.
this is. Yeah, I hate to use it.
Save that.
Yeah, we'll save the container.
Great.
Touch test shouldn't reveal much because the key's off and I don't have the ignition jumped yet. Yeah, nothing, which is what I would expect. I'm going to jump the ignition. Use my light. See which side of the coil is plus, this side.
Come on, Ford.
Yep, that's a good sign.
Yeah, I heard it from here.
Okay, let's get the trigger hooked up.
It's getting exciting.
It is. So I mentioned earlier how this has a can oil filter gauge connection on it, which is made for a gauge, not a light. So I was going to change it, and I started to unscrew the can. The can is actually broken off the fitting, and it's just hanging there right here. It's right there. So it's a good thing I looked at that. That would have sprayed oil all over the place.
Oh, that would have been bad.
Yeah, we would have needed Bart here to clean that up.
That's right.
So I'm going to take the whole can off. I've got a gauge. We're just going to wire a gauge up, or plumb a gauge in. All right, this is always such an exciting time. The oil pressure gauge is in with our Pro mount so that we can watch it. I've got gas in the bowl. That's it. If it does catch, we're not going to run it very long because we got to keep refilling the transmission until the torque converter fills up. And we have to put coolant in it, of course. This accelerator pump is already leaking, so we have to keep an eye on that. But if it can run for 5 seconds, I'll be happy.
Yeah.
For now. For now. Okay, so battery's getting hooked up. Where's my trigger? Trigger light's on.
All right, Ford.
Ignition. There's bug flying around bothering me.
Yeah, yeah, it happens.
These wires out of the alternator, whatever they're doing there. Here's the ignition jump. Should get a spark. This is working. Yep. All right, man, I think it's time. I think this is gonna go. Let's see. Don't stand in front of it.
Mm-hmm.
We did verify it's in park.
Can I turn this off?
We did verify it's in park, but you never know. Whoa.
That scared me. I was not expecting that at all.
Me neither.
Oh my
Is that
gosh.
a fastest start ever?
Yeah, and it sounds so strong. It was like,
Yeah, I guess that crimped off exhaust isn't hurting things.
it's a good Ford.
Wow.
It's a good Ford.
Wow. Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna stand back here and try not to jump. Gosh, I jumped so much. I hope that I didn't mess up the video.
Let's try it again. Wow-wee. I think this carb is not flowing at all. Yeah. Wow.
It's so loud. I mean, we normally have loud cars, but it's so loud.
All right, see if we got oil pressure.
Oh gosh, okay. Will it go long enough for me to tell?
It might, because we've been cranking it.
Yeah, I mean, it went up to a little past the 20 in that
Beautiful.
amount of time.
Beautiful. All right, let's check. Let's put some more fluid in the transmission. I'm going to fire it again. I'm going to try the accelerator this time to see if I can keep it running. But my thought is this carb is just a massive vacuum leak, so it's probably not going to run unless I could really rev it up, and I don't want to do that. But keep your eye also on that oil pressure.
You got up to 40. And a lot of gas is leaking out.
Yeah, this carb it's gonna, oh, wait a minute. There's a huge vacuum leak right here. Oh, I gotta plug that right there.
Oh, yeah.
No wonder this thing won't run.
Well, I still may not run after that. We actually saw a little coolant in there. That made us happy.
Yeah, so the water pump must have pumped some through, which means this isn't even close to being empty.
Thank goodness.
And so far, it's only taken 2 quarts.
I'm gonna look and see if that transmission has started to leak yet.
Yeah.
You know what's interesting?
What?
Is I don't think it has.
Good.
Isn't that strange? I see a little drop right there, but around here that could have been from last week, so I'm not really sure.
All right.
If it is, it's only about yay big.
Okay, I got a new radiator cap at Rocco and Cheaters, so we'll probably put it on here because this one's crappy. All right, now that we got those massive vacuum leaks plugged, this one right off the car and one right off the manifold. In my haste, I forgot to check. I plugged this little guy here, though.
Yeah, we did.
Let's see if it'll run now.
Oh, wow.
What?
Nothing. That started again. That's worth an oh, wow.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes they don't.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, okay. All right, wonderful. So this carb's got to go.
Yeah.
It's leaking like crazy, so it's got to go. We're going to have to either do a quick rebuild on it or swap it out, which we kind of expected, but oil pressure was great, right?
Yes.
Oil pressure's good. We'll check the transmission fluid again. Might as well do that right now. Let's see if we have any
water in
moisture in it. Any pink.
Yeah, we did check it before.
Yeah.
We just didn't show it on camera, and you didn't see anything.
No.
But you never know.
Yeah, it was full, and there was no pink. Now, of course, we got to put this thing in gear, but it's not, the column is not connected, so that's a different thing that I need to do. But this dipstick is just horrible. Okay, it's got to go in exactly like that in order to go in. So how's that look? Well, it sucked a lot up. Wow. It has sucked a lot up.
It did, but I don't see...
It's perfectly
a
right.
little bit. Is there a
do
little
you?
bit right there, maybe?
I need the light to see that. Yeah.
Maybe a little.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Yep. What you said there would be.
Yeah.
So you were right on.
Yeah, not a lot. Okay, we'll get back to you. So we've decided to call it for the day. It's getting late, 6 p.m., so we get stuff to do at night. I do have a spare carb for this. This is off the F-250 that I removed for a reason, but I don't remember what the reason is. I'm gonna have to look at the video to see. But I think it's better than this one, because this one's horrible. So swap the carb. I'm gonna check that transmission fluid again. If we can run it for like 20 seconds, then I'll be much happier about dumping that transmission fluid. Christina is going to start on the inside. Now the inside of this thing is a mess.
Right, and this is all tomorrow.
Yes, the inside is a mess on this thing. Parts missing, parts broken, but you know, she'll work her magic and it'll be awesome when she's done.
Actually not as bad as most, I don't think.
Yeah, well, we'll see.
Yeah, that's true.
So we'll catch you soon. Stay tuned. Good morning. We are back at it. What I've done so far is discovered a bunch of stuff that I'll show you, but I've also put a new carb on it. The other carb just wasn't salvageable, and a rebuild kit is days away. So I just swapped one on that I had. So first off, the previous owner told us he got this engine to kick and it was in gear. So it kind of scared him a bit. Looking at the shift linkage, it's totally messed up. This is the rod, hopefully you can see this. This is the rod that goes down to the trans right here. And this is where it's supposed to hook to the column, way down there. And that's in drive. Watch what happens when that's in park. Watch what happens when I pull it down into gear. Keep your camera right on that.
Okay, let me get over here.
See that?
Yeah, do it again.
It goes way down. And there's no way the linkage bent the way it is going to support that. So something's wrong. Either this column's installed wrong or that linkage is wrong. I think it's the column, because we found in this car a steering column jacket, the piece that goes around the column.
It's in the trunk.
In the trunk, and there'd be no reason for that to be in here unless there was either a problem with the column or someone had swapped it out. So that's going to need some work, obviously, before we can drive it, because we can't shift it. So I'm adding another quart to the trans. It is on the stick when the engine's not running, but I would expect it to be higher on the stick than it is. So I'm just being ultra cautious. We've now put in more fluid than we drained out. So we should be okay. And again, this is all temporary. We're going to let it circulate. And then once it's circulated, we're going to change the fluid again in the filter to make sure we have every ounce of water out of the transmission. All right, we're going to fill the bowls up. We've got our auxiliary gas connected. I do not have the gas turned on yet. Assuming this fires, I'll turn the gas on. I'm also going to prop the choke open because this has an electric choke, and the original for this car is heat, not electric. So the choke is not hooked up at the moment. I'm going to prime it, hook up the battery, and go. See if this thing kicks. Now don't get scared. Don't get scared because it's gonna be loud. I don't know. I don't know, but the dwell was right on. It was right on. Yeah, we were checking the dwell and I hit the ignition wire and popped it off. That's why it died. But this is our dwell meter, and dwell are these bottom two lines. One's 8-cylinder, one's 6. And I believe this car should be around 30. I'll look it up, but it should be around 30. When it was running, I think it was coming out around 22, but it died before I could really check. But let's fire it again, because it's running good. Ignition's hooked up. It should fire right up. Running beautiful. I mean, it really is running beautiful. So let's go back to 12. Yeah, it's low. That jumping is me. It's got a bad connection. I need to adjust that, but we can check if it's charging, but I know it's not. In fact, this is a voltmeter. We can use this. It says it's charging. No, it's not charging. It's the top line, it's not charging. The reason I know it's not charging is that the voltage regulator is completely broken. So next step is Christina's going to jump on the cleaning, and I'm going to mount this coil right and see if I can figure out that trans linkage.
Before we get started, let's take a long look at what it looks like before the cleaning. looking at the headliner, it's actually in really good shape. There's a few spots in the back, but all in all, it's held up well. And I'll just pick an area. You can see that it's gonna come pretty clean. I'm sure you can see that difference. So this is definitely worth saving. Got a spot here that needs to be repaired. It just dried up real close to the window, no surprise, and cracked. But I think I could figure something out for that, because believe it or not, the rest of it in this area, it's still soft and feels good. And then I have the same spot right over here. It dried and cracked. And oh, do I think it was a mouse? I don't know. I feel that if it were a mouse, I'm not seeing signs anywhere else in the car. It didn't smell like a mouse in here. So the rug hasn't been chewed on. The front, the back, nowhere. So I don't know. I think maybe it got dry here. Someone hit it. I know that there was some trim in the floor, and I'm wondering if maybe the trim used to be sitting back here and someone moved it, and there went one hole and there went the second. Just a guess, but I think it might be a good guess. All right, there's only one thing left to do, well, for tonight, and that is vacuum. All right, so let's get to it. It turned out pretty good. It turned out pretty daggone good. Don't get me wrong, there's still a lot of work to do, but it turned out pretty good.
So a few hours were spent today on the little things, like a coil mount. This car I couldn't find one anywhere, but I did have this one in the parts stash, and with slight modification it worked out pretty well. And this is a good spot for the coil. It's away from any intense heat and it's out of the way. I've also hooked up the accelerator linkage, so that's done. I don't like the bend here. We'll have to see how that actually works in practice, because that's a pretty steep bend, but we'll see how it works. This carburetor is not meant for this car. It's supposed to, this carburetor is supposed to have a cable, not a rod. But this will work for now, till I get the other carb rebuilt. I've also cleaned up a bunch of wiring. I don't know what this stuff is for. I need to research it. But I tied it off and I wrapped up the wires that were exposed. So that's done. I pulled out the broken voltage regulator and I'm just getting ready to tie these up. This is a mess. Look at that. What I think happened here, if I was to guess, there's an old voltage regulator there. That looks more like a 65 regulator. I think what someone did is they put a newer model in and they did a real hack job. Just cutting the wires and splicing them together. And this is all junk. This all needs to come apart. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna buy, heaven forbid, a GM alternator and convert this to internal regulation and just do away with all this external regulator stuff and all these crazy wires and everything. It's just not necessary if you know how to wire up the alternator to be internally regulated, which I do. It's pretty easy. Other than that, I'm waiting to hook the PCV up and this up until I run it some more and drain the transmission. Once I do that, I'll hook up the vacuum lines. And this will be close to driving. The big problem now is still the shift linkage. I don't know what I'm going to do down there, but what exists is not at all what will work. So I'm going to have to spend some time figuring that out. So right now, you can't shift the car. So I'm working on whatever's going on with this shift linkage. And I believe the problem is that this lever right there is way too far down. That's the park position. I think it should be up here. And because of that, the geometry of the linkage is all messed up. So I'm thinking I pull the column out and reposition it to get that up. The issue is that that will also change the position of the shift lever. So I have to figure out how those two interact. It's going to lift the shift lever up, which it could afford to go up a bit. I just don't think it needs, it's going to come up enough to make this work. I don't have a shift indicator here, so it's hard to tell where exactly this ought to be, but it does feel a little bit low for park. So I've got the column disconnected, or the steering shaft disconnected at the box. I've disconnected it, I've loosened it down here, the cover plate, and I'm about to take the two bolts out that are right there and there. And then the column should be movable. I decided I need to get into this green section here. That's probably where the whole problem is, in there. So I'm going to pull the steering wheel, find out what in the world is going on in there. So to do that, just hook a steering wheel puller up, take the nut off the center, and tighten this nut right here. And it'll pull the steering wheel right off. Okay, it took just like half a turn and it popped right off. So now I'm just going to pull it straight towards me and out. All right, it's off. Now, let's see what's going on in here. We have the directional signal set up here. That looks fine. But something is amiss in here. And that's what I need to figure out. So I can't spin the shaft because if you see that collar right there, it's actually got 4 spot welds to the column, from the column to the shaft, to the bracket. So I can't spin it, and I need to spin it. So it appears to me that this green piece is the wrong piece for the car. What's happening is hitting right here. It needs to go higher, and it can't because of this, the red part of the column. So I need to rethink this. Can I get the linkage to work with this messed up setup in here? Well, this can't go much higher. It could probably go an inch or so, and that would probably make a lot of difference under the hood. Less than ideal, but that's my shifter for now. I need to find another car that has the right piece here, because that piece just is totally wrong for this car. I don't know where it came from. Somebody tried to make it work and it doesn't work. But the linkage is now hooked up to the trans correctly. So at least we can shift it, although in a very primitive fashion. Back under here, changing the trans fluid again. Of course, it looks much better in color. Just a little bit lighter than I would like, but I think this is going to be enough to flush all the moisture out of the system. I'm also going to drain the torque converter like I did before. So this is what the bottom of the pan looks like. It's pretty brown rather than the milky color. Very little milky color. So the brown basically means that it did need to be flushed again because there's still some dirt in there. The bumps you see is just dirt that came in while I took the pan off, because there isn't really any dirt or shavings here, nor should there be. It's only been run for 10 minutes. But it's good that I'm changing it again for sure. Fluid come out of the torque converter is nice and red. That's a really good sign. This transmission pan has been over tightened in the past. And it's caused some of these holes to jut out farther than the surface. So all I'm doing is I have it on a flat surface and I'm just taking a body hammer and pushing it back down. You don't have to push very hard, and it comes right down flat. So there are like 4 here that are like that, and I think I've taken care of them all. It's break time. Not that kind of break. These are all the parts I need to rebuild the brake system for this car. I'm going to jump right at it, so come along. This car has rolled easy since we got it, and I see why. Someone's had these brakes apart. I imagine what I'm going to find in here is lots of missing parts. There's no caught up in here. Of course, this is all loose. So, yeah, this is coming out way too easy. The washer, the bearing cap. I'm going to pull this off and get right back to you. Hopefully, I'm not missing a bunch of parts in here. I was afraid of that. Everything is gone. Except the wheel cylinder and some bent pins. Everything is gone. Well, I've got a small parts kit for Ford, but if all the wheels are like that, I don't think I have 4, and I don't know if I have these things. This one's missing. So I'm going to look in the trunk. Maybe somebody just threw this stuff in the trunk, but even this piece here that holds everything back, I don't know that I have any of those. This brake job might be stopped cold. Well, I don't have all the parts I need, so the question is, will 71 Torino fit? And I don't know, but it might. And since I'm going to be taking the disc brakes off that car and putting them on this car, it doesn't really matter if I take this apart. Of course, I don't know what's in here. This whole car was taken apart by the previous owner, as you can see. So maybe he took the brakes apart too. I'll find out momentarily. All right, it appears that they're all the same. Here's the new shoes for the Fairlane. They're the exact size as the ones on the Torino, exactly. So that means that little parts like this that I just don't have, I can reuse. That helps. This spring it's got to go and stuff like that. But I have that in the small parts kit. But here's another piece that I don't have that I need. And that's not a part that wears out, so I can reuse it. All the parts here that are wear parts I have. Okay, all off. It's good to have some parts cars around. That saved me. This is what the inside of the wheel cylinder looks like on the passenger front. Completely shot, beyond rebuilding. Just needs to be scrapped and replaced. So I've got all this out. Test fit the new pins, they're the same size. So I'm going to clean all this up first and then put the new parts kit in, re-grease the bearings, put the brakes in, and this side, also replace the hose, and this side should be done. Looks like I've got this side together. Just need to hook the hose up to the line. This stripped out. This is the bracket that holds the hose and the line from rattling, and that bolt was stripped out. It was just hanging there. So I've got to figure out what to do about that. I'll probably have to re-tap it for a larger bolt size, because I can't have this whole thing bouncing around in there. But other than that, it's done. This side. Passenger front is done. Moving on to the driver's side front. Driver's side cylinder, no better, maybe worse than the passenger side. Just look at that. It's completely rusted out, indicative of a car that sat for a very long time. This driver's side has more of the same. No parts. Other than the wheel cylinder that was here, everything else is gone. So I'm going to clean this up and dig again into the small parts kit, see if I can come up with enough stuff to put this back together. Good morning. Back at it. Last night I was out here till 10 p.m. and it was storming outside like you can't believe. Today it's what, 60 degrees?
Yeah.
Unbelievable. It's freezing. But here's what I got. That side's done. This side is nearly done, except for the self-adjuster. I have a self-adjuster, but it's for the left side of the car, and I didn't realize that. So it's going to take a day or so to get that part. We're going to bleed them anyway. We can bleed them without the self-adjuster. That's for putting mileage on the car. So the master cylinder is now in. I'm going to bench bleed it in the car. You can do that with manual brakes pretty easily. You don't need to actually do it on a bench per se. So Christina's going to get inside. We're going to bench bleed it, and then we're going to bleed the front brakes. You may be wondering, why does Christina need another car? She's got the Torinos. Well, there's a good reason for that, and I'll show you what it is. The original plan was to take this Halo Top Torino, pulled from a junkyard, and rebuild it. But this car has an incredible amount of rust that wasn't readily apparent when we got it. And here's what happened when I tried to move it.
I heard a lot of commotion while I was in the shop, and I came out and Richard, what happened?
I was attempting to move the Torino because we have the engine out of it now, and the whole frame ripped apart. Now this was not a tough pull. This car has no floor, no engine, no transmission. It's super light. And the whole frame broke, not only on this side, but on its way out, it must have caught the bumper, so it ripped out this side. Look at that, how rusty that is. That's the frame, end of the frame right there. So the plan shifted when we got this parts car. We realized that the parts car was way more solid than this. But someone had taken this completely apart. I mean, way down to nuts and bolts. It is completely apart. Other than the rear end and the front hubs, it's all apart. So a tremendous amount of work to get this thing back on the road. Now, we're not giving up on this. Just the reality is this summer has been way too hot to focus on a project this large. So in the early spring, we will get back to it. But we need to fill the gap up. And this Fairlane came around, and Christina loves it. And I do too.
So here's how she turned out. You know, honestly, I think, all things considering, she turned out pretty nice. Now, we didn't go to extremes on cleaning this because, let's be honest, we have to rip that carpet up because we're going to have to put new floors in. We have to take the back seat out, the front seats out, the side panels, the door panels need to come off so that those can be flattened out and probably repainted. And of course, everything needs to come out just so this can be repainted. The dash needs to be repainted, you know, the normal work that goes into restoring a car of this age. Need to see if I can find the other half of this cluster here and, you know, minor things. So I just really wanted to get to the point to where it was clean enough to sit in that I didn't feel icky. And I think all of you completely understand what that means. Now, you ready to show them everything else?
Yep.
All right, let's do that. Go ahead.
So here's what we ended up with. Ta-da! The front brakes are nearly done, but as I thought might happen, we blew a rear line when we were bleeding the front. So I need to do the rears. I've got the parts. We just ran out of time. But we've got the Kragers on it. We've got new tires on it. We've got the back end jacked up just a little bit.
Yeah, I really like that.
It looks cool.
Maybe it could go up another inch.
It can. It can. We'll see. But it looks cool. We're both loving this car.
Mm-hmm. All right, so I hope that you enjoyed watching this video. Now, I have an important announcement to make to that 28 viewers that are my fans. I am starting my own channel, and it will launch on September 30th. Now, down below, you will see the name of my channel. It is Russ Creek Hill. And just to let you know, I actually started recording for this channel over a year ago. So it has been over 1 year in the making. Now, until the release date on September 30th, you can head over to my channel starting today, and you can check out some trailers that I have downloaded for your entertainment. And I will be downloading trailers every week until the launch date on September 30th. So don't forget to head on over there and subscribe, because you want to make sure that you see that first video that premieres on September 30th. Until then, I would like to thank all of you for watching the video on my Fairlane, and probably all of you for watching the video on the Torino that we did, that we're going to get back to. So until then, Richard?
Check out our merch at WTRmerch.com. There may be something there you like. And remember, there's more to come on this. We are not finished, and we're going to be working on it fast. Until we meet again, Have a great day.
Now, the moment you've all been waiting for.
Yeah.
Let's see if this works.
Does this work? Let me plug it in.
So we're just probably going to see fuzziness because, well, it's too hard to get the channels without the converter box, right?
Yeah, and we live in the middle of nowhere, and this antenna is not an antenna. It might take a second for the screen to come on. But so far,
Nada.
nothing.
Darn, I guess we're going to have to cancel that Super Bowl party.
Bummer.
I guess that Super Bowl party is definitely canceled.
Is there any kind of master switch or something in this thing?
No, you know, it probably is just old.
Oh, it's old, all right.
Got moisture in it, maybe.
Well, future Will It Run video.
Well, before you do that, go out there and make my water pump work.
Do it before the Super Bowl.
Oh my gosh, that's funny. Okay, well, there's the answer.
Yep.
So by the time you guys have watched this video, we would have already gotten home with the new 1951 Chevy that we got as a parts car for this burnt Chevy. Thank goodness. It only took, how long?
Ooh.
A year and a half.
Yeah, it was well over a year to find those doors. They're super difficult to find. And if you do find them, they're rusted out.
So, like I said, but I don't know. Next week, you'll probably see some footage of us bringing that home.